Okay guys, back to the task. I'm back. It's late in the night already. There's no light, but I'm just trying to make sure I lit up. Alright, so um, I've copied this prototype, right? So the next thing is main.c, three main.c. So let me copy it. Alright, up to which part? Up to this place. So 3 main.c. I'll have to reload this page because it's not working. Alright, so cd into our ALX no level and 0x0b, right, and then ls, right. So here are 3 main.c, and then we'll paste it there, escape and quit it. So what else? Our executable, I hope it is D. Okay, it is G this time around. So executable is G, so I'll veer into my git ignore, right, and then I would put G there. I will escape, and I'm done with that as well. So the next thing is, let's go through our question and see when it's setting up right. Okay, so write a function that returns a pointer to a two-dimension arrays of integers, right? So it's going to look at this guy over here is a double pointer, is a pointer to a pointer, right? And then this is the width and the height. So the width, right, and height will be this down, right? So of the array, right? So write a function that will return a pointer to a two-dimension array. So we'll have a width and then a height, right? You'll be given a value in digits. So we should create space for this width and this height, right? So each element of the grid, right, should be initialized to 0. That is, we are giving each element of this guide as 0, and then the function should return none of failure. That is, when you assign when you create memory, right, it should, and it fails, it should return null, right? If the width on this guy is 0 or negative, it should return null as well. Okay, so let's copy the name first, and then we'll copy the prototype, and then we'll use it in our code, right? So 3, this guy, copy you, right? So vi into the name, and then insert, will include our main.h, right? We include our standard library because we'll be using the malloc function and the probably size t, right? What else? Okay, no, let me just, I think that's okay, and then we'll do our documentation. Okay, and then I think it is allocate grid, right? Allocate grid, sorry. Alright, so this one is going to so it's going to return a pointer to a two-dimension array. It's going to return a pointer to a two-dimension array. I have these bugs flying to my lights. Then, alright. Sorry guys. These bugs, I don't know where they are from. Jeez. Let me just pause this guy on this. Okay, I think I'm good like this. I hope the bulb doesn't fall. Alright, so enter. I don't know, it's hanging, it's freezing. Since it's freezing, let me just copy these guys. I have to reload the page. Okay, proceed into our ALX low level OXOB. I'll remove that 3 this guy because it will have created it. So I think so it's going to 3 MALLOC underscore grid. Let's see. So I'll paste that guy there. Yes. And then I'll continue. Alright. So we have 2 inputs, right? The width and the height. Right. So we have the width. We have the width, and that's the width of the array. And then we have at height. Right. And then it's going to return a pointer to an array of integer, right? And then we end it there. Let me save it and reopen it in case it crashes, so we'll still have it there. So that's that. So I'll copy this guy, go up, copy this guy over here. Right. Good. Okay. Right. So you remember that. Okay. Before that, we'll create. Probably we'll be needing like 2 for loop, and then the pointer. Okay. So for the for loop, I can just say int, right, or size underscore t. So I comma j, since they have just for loop, and then I can do my int for the pointer, or size underscore t, right? So I think int is okay. It's because it's returning int, so int, and then double pointer as well, and let's call this one a pointer or a grid out, right? Or let me just put it together for simplicity of typing, right? So that's good. So we'll first do our if statement as usual. So we'll do our if, and then we can open our block of code. I hope this guy will not be more than 40 lines like the other one. So we'll say if our width, remember that it is if it is negative or if it is 0. So if it is less than or equal to 0, right? Or if our height, right, is less than or equal to 0, then we should what? Return a null. Alright, so that's what we were told. Let me go down. I won't give space because of space. Alright, because of space for other lines. So we'll create space for our grid out now. So our grid out will then become what? We will then become want to allocate a space, right? And then we'll say it should be, so we'll allocate space for height, and then we'll allocate space for width. Okay, so to allocate space for height, right, then we'll say height multiply by the size of an int of a pointer, because this guy is a pointer of a pointer, so of that pointer that is being there, that is pointing to, right? Okay, so basically I think this guy is like a pointer to an array, right, which we created a space for. Okay, so if you look at it, it says a function that returns a pointer to a two-dimension array. So the space we created already there is a pointer space, right? So that is why we are having all this. Okay, so what are we doing wrong here? Nothing. Let's go down. So we then say if we want to know if this thing worked, right? So we'll do if our grid out is equal to null, right? Sorry, is equal to null, then it should return null, right? So it should return null. We could free it as well. Remember that I think we used free the other time. Okay, so we could free grid out, right? We free grid out, and then we can return null. All right. So the next thing is we go there. So we've done this. So we'll then iterate through the height with a for loop. Okay, so we want to know the amount of height, right? So let me put a space here. So I will say for I equals to 0, right? As long as I is less than our height, so we use it to get the how many stuff our height is, right? And then we'll say I plus plus. Okay, and then enter, do our column. Right, good. All right, so this guy would actually help us get our height, but before that we have width as well. Okay, so we'll create a we'll allocate space for width as well. So we'll say grid out, right, and then we'll say at index I is equal to malloc, and we'll create space for width. So we'll say width, sorry, I can do this, but I'll say yes, width times size of, and then for this one it will just be size of an int instead of int pointer. All right, so great. So I think we done with this, and then we'll do if it fails as well. So if our grid out I at index I, if our grid out at index I is equal to null, sorry, right, we want to know if it fails, is equal to null. Okay, so it means that it has failed, then we'll return null. Then should I input space return, then we should return null, right? So we should return null. Okay, so far we've not done anything, we've just create space for the width as well, right? Okay, good. So what we then do is we say okay, we can also free this guy. Sorry. Okay, so we can also free, right? We can also free grid out I. So we can also free that guy, and then that. So yeah, I want to add one more thing. So I'm adding like a mini for loop. Okay, so it will iterate through so let's see, we'll say for I minus minus, right? So as long as I is greater than or equal to 0, I minus minus. Okay, so basically as this guy is increasing, this one is decreasing and checking through, sorry, ouch, and checking through this stuff. So it checks through it, and then as I is originally 0 here, right? So I comes here, as long as with that index I is 0, right, is null. Okay, so if it is null, it will check, it will reduce um, the length of I, right? So if I is 1 here already, so it will be I, and then minus 1, and then it's going to be 0, and then as 0 is less than or equal to this, right, it's going to perform this, and then basically that's just what it's gonna do. Okay, there's nothing really crazy here to do. Okay. Okay, so yes, and then we can add one more free for this one, for grid out. Okay, grid out. Alright, so let's see how it goes. So I think we're almost done, and the next thing is just, okay, let me delete these guys. Then we'll iterate and say for loop, as long as I equals to 0, I is less than height, we are still iterating through the height, I plus plus, and then we'll have another for loop and say as long as j is equals to 0 and j is less than width, j plus plus, and then read out then do I j. So we're having our two for loops already. Okay, so basically this one is just to kind of memory allocate for height and width. Okay, so I think I'm going to go through why this for loop is here again, and so this one is to check now for both, right? We know we have to initialize it to 0, right? So we'll do this and then we'll say equals to 0. Okay, and then at the end we'll return our grid out. Okay, basically what we did here is that we kind of went through this guy. So height is 0, right? So if height is 5, for example, okay, and width is probably 4, right? So height is 0, so this one we would want to execute this guy. So 0 first, 0, and then for each line, right, for each height, that's first line, is going to go for all the widths. Okay, so at 0, that's first line. Okay, it's going to check through all the widths. So at 0, it's going to want to iterate through all the widths. So if the width is 5, it's going to go 5 times, right? So it means this one will be 0, index 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 4. So everything will be initialized to 0, right? And then to go back, and then so this one is the initialization, right, process, and then this one is to memory allocate for both. Okay, so I think for that, for now, we can just do Betty 3 allocate grid. Alright, so we have a space required before the open parentheses, and then trailing statement. So we have 24, 31, 38. 24, 31, 38. So let's see. 24. What do we have here? Okay. Return should have this. 31. Let me just give this guy a space. Let me see again. So trading statement should be on the next line, 39. Let's fix that one. Okay. Oh, sorry, for loop not have this guy. Yes. 38. What else? Why are we still having this guy? Okay, let's Betty again. Okay, so we just have on 38. Space required before the open parenthesis. Let me see. 38, it should be here. Okay. Oh yeah, I think it's here. There should be space here. Alright, so we should be good. Let me clear it and then Betty. Alright, good. So let us compile and see. Battery is getting low. Alright. Okay, I think it worked, and let's compile. So we have forward 2 there. Let's see that forward 2. Okay, I think it's correct. So we can git add, git commit, and then allocate memory for function of array Alright, so let us check and see if we are okay. Okay, we have some code here. Alright, so let us see details and see. Okay, so it means one of our failing stuff, we didn't do it well. Right, so let us check. So let us check VI3. 3 is it S or 3A on the code grid? Yes. So let's see. Okay, I think this guy, I don't know, read out. I think this guy, let me put I before this guy. I'm not sure if this is the case. Alright, so what else? I freed it. So let me git add, git commit, git push. So let us check again. It's taking time. Okay, it worked. So I think that's just the reason. Alright, so let us clear. Let's go to the next one. I think the next one is much more simpler. Alright, so let's ask for correction, and then that should solve it. So write a function that frees a two-dimensional grid previously created in your allocated grid, right? So we want to write a function that does this. So we copy this to our main.h. We will compile to vi main.h. We paste this there. Alright, and then vi for main.c. Why is it this long? For main.c. We paste this guy, we escape it, we save it, we quit it. Okay, I think we're done with that one. And what else? What is the executable code? F. Okay, I'm gonna put F there. F, and then let's create this guy. So I'll first vi my git ignore. I'll put my F there. Alright, and then let me touch this guy, or let me pi. Alright, and then let me copy the prototype. Again. Alright, so what I can then do is we include our main.h, and then we include What I do? Dot h. Alright. So define. I think it is called free grid. So we're trying to free the grid, right? After we've probably finished using it. So this one will freeze a 2-dimensional grid, right? So we have 2 inputs. We have the grid, right, which is the a multi-dimensional. Is this dimensional? I hope I'm correct. Array of integers. Alright, so the next thing is the height, I guess, and height should be, that's the height of the grid. And what is the return value? I'll just return, it's going to return, I think it is no return. Oh no, yeah, no return. So we create this guy. Good. So so we want to free it, so we use our if and for statement, right? So it's going to be quite simple. Okay, so I'll say my if. So if our grid is not equal to null, and our height is not equal to 0. Wait, what's wrong with me? Is not equal to 0. That is when we want to free it. Okay, so when there's actually something inside, that's when we want to free it. Then we'll open our parentheses and we'll create a for loop. Okay, I purposely am not creating variables for loop. Okay, so we'll be using our height, right? So what we'll do is we then say the first argument is will be nothing. Okay, so height is, we don't know what the height is, right? Height will be given to the program. So as long as that height that is given to the program is greater than or equal to 0, right? As long as it's greater than or equal to 0, then we decrement the height. Okay, so it's going to keep freeing up those spaces that is taken one by after the other. Okay, so it's going to decrement it till it gets to 0, right? So that's what we want to do. So after that, it's going to free. You should free up the height and it should free up the grid. So you should free height and it should free up the grid. Sorry. You should free up height as well. So you should free up, sorry. You should free up height. And then don't forget that we have our grid first and then you should free up grid at index height, right? And then grid. Just like we did it in the other previous place. So this index I and index grid, index height and grid, I'm going to kind of explain why we have that. So let us still quit it and then let us .c for free grid.c. Okay, for free grid. Okay, so I think I misspelled this guy. So free grid, did I misspell it? Okay, it is free underscore grid, not free dash grid. So that might give us some sorry, I wasn't in insert mode. So maybe I thought I was in Emacs. Alright. What was wrong with Zoom? Okay. So let's rebutton it. Alright, good. So then we can compile and see. This F. So we should get all these jargons. So let us run it. Alright, we still have the same thing. Are you sure I'm doing the right one? I think this is not the right one. Is it? It is. We are supposed to have this. Maybe we're right. Anyway, let us git add and see. Git commit dash n free grid git push and let us clear and let us check. So come down. So we have 2 left if this one checks. The battery is getting low. So we have 2 left. Oh, checked. Great. So the 5th one as well, or number 5-6, like I do call it. So we have vi.main.h. We'll add this one to it. Okay, and then we vi our 5main.c, I guess. Okay, it's 100. Okay, I think 5main.c wasn't created. 100main.c. Sorry, I'm not removing it. Alright. So copy this guy. Hey, I'm not copying link. I hope it's not link that copied. Let me try. Okay, it's not link. So are you sure I've seen something like this before? Let me check. Okay, this is the one. Alright, so let's do .git ignore and see. Sorry, vi.git ignore. So what is the output of this guy? The output is args. Alright, good. So the next thing is we're going to copy this guy. Okay, no. Create our file. I think this one we are kind of mimicking a function. page up and page up. Let me ask for correction here. So this guy, what we do is we copy this guy and keep it. Alright, go to insert, we include our main.h. We include, remember we've not read the question. We include our standard library.h. Sorry, it's not supposed to have this flag. Alright, it's our own created header file that will have these double quotes. Then we'll do our documentation. So I think it is ag sto str. I'm not sure. Let me see. Ag sto str. We have AC and AV. Okay. And then this one is to, what is it going to do? Write a function that concatenates all the arguments of your program. So this one is to concatenate all program arguments. Alright, so we have AC and AV. At AC, which is the argument count, and then we have AV. So I think this one is like the C and argument vector. Right? So we should concatenate all program arguments. So to join them together, right? Hey, sorry, we have a return type, right? Should return a pointer. We should return a pointer to the array of character or something. I think that was a return value. So we'll paste this guy, we'll do this, and then we're going to have some stuff which is a pointer to where it's going to return to. So I can call down a out, right? And then we'll have our integer to iterate through all the for loops that we're using. So we can have integer I, comma j, comma we can have c or ia. Let me use ia and c. Okay, I wrote this one down. So I can use ijkl, anyone I want. Let me just use it. ijkl. Alright. So it says that return null if AC is 0 or AV is null. You know, this one will count, and then this one will be the string, right? So this one will hold the string for this guy. So we should return a pointer to the init string or null if it fails. So when we allocate, we'll free it and do that. Each argument should be followed by a new line in the new string. Okay, I know what to do. So one thing we'll do first is we'll say if our AC is 0, what we should do? What we should return null, right? Good. The next thing we will check, remember, we'll still check if our don't know if it's 0 or AV is null. We still check if our AV is null, right? Okay, so let's still continue. Or I can do that now, or let's still continue. So I'll do my first for loop. Okay, so I'll say for I, or let me use for let me first let me use I. For I equals to let's give I I equals to, you can say I equals to J and is equals to 0, and then I is less than, or you say J is less than L, right? Okay, and then, or let's do it this way. Hold on a second. Instead of this, I can just, hey, my battery is low. Okay guys, I would probably pause it and come back.